guys, welcome back to the channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Guys, we're 2 subscribers away from 550. Thank you guys so much for coming with me on this journey and helping me get where I am today. I love each and every one of you. Guys, it is so strange to me how mainstream media, like Lifetime, Fox News that interviewed Gypsy, and even some of the YouTubers are getting everything wrong about this lying, manipulative murder. It seems that no one actually has looked into this case. This Munchausen by proxy that her lawyer came up with was just a defense. It was just a defense to get her off. Her mother was never diagnosed with this disorder, and you cannot be diagnosed with this disorder after you're dead. Nobody can answer. Nobody can ask her questions. But another big thing about Munchausen by proxy is either the mother, the parent, or the person that's taking care of the victim is always given something to make them sick. It's not that they just go to the doctor all the time. It is that they're actually making them sick. For example, one of the biggest well-known cases of the Munchausen by proxy was done by Lacey Spears. If you remember, her son was Garnett Spears, and he died January 23rd, 2014. This was a 5-year-old boy, and she was making him sick by placing salt into his body. She had him a Facebook page. She had him everywhere saying, "Oh, help Garnett, he's sick," and just all over the place. And the last time he was in the hospital, she took him to the bathroom. She picked him up, took him to the bathroom, and put salt in his feeding tube. And the doctors couldn't bring him back. That's what Munchausen by proxy is. The parents making them sick. Now, Munchausen by proxy has been named another name. It's factitious disease imposed on another. Now, what is this disease? It's a mental illness, and it's also a form of child abuse, which also it can be called medical abuse. It is when the caretaker of a child, most often a mother, either makes up fake symptoms or causes real symptoms to make it look like the child is sick. Most of the time, it is they are making the child sick. Now, what are the symptoms of this disease? Now, sometimes they add blood to the child's urine, they withhold food from the child, or they heat up a thermometer to make it look like they have a temperature, and then also they give the child some type of drug to cause them to throw up, have diarrhea, or to get sick. Now, most people with this problem are mothers with small children. They usually don't make it to the age of what Gypsy was, 23 years of age, which is crazy. A lot of times they are involved in the healthcare system, and we know that Gypsy's mom was also in the healthcare field whenever Gypsy was younger and before she had Gypsy. Now, the biggest thing is with Munchausen is that people will carry this out even if they do not get a financial reward. But if you look at Dee Dee and Gypsy, that's all they were wanting, is that financial reward. They were going to Disney, going to all kind of trips. They even got a house. They got money from all of these people, even celebrities they got money from. But the funny thing about it is, when they were at home, they had this kind of film over their windows so that nobody could look into their house, because Gypsy was not made to be in that wheelchair all the time. She was only made to go in that wheelchair when they went out somewhere. Also, people in Missouri, they actually saw Gypsy walking around in town. Gypsy even went to a neighbor's house, knocked on the door, asked him to give her a ride so she'd go see her boyfriend Dan, because he got beat up at a bar. Strange, huh? And I think the reason why she took her mother out, but not to lunch, was because they were getting figured out. Because everybody in Missouri already knew the jig was up. I think Dee Dee knew the jig was up. That's why she wanted to follow Dr. Beckerman to Florida. I think their house was in such a disarray because they were packing. If you look at some of those pictures of the house after, when the police came in and investigate, there's a lot of boxes there. I don't think Gypsy wanted to move to Florida. I think she wanted to stay in Missouri with her boyfriend, Dan. But guys, Dan didn't want her. Dan was married with children. He already told his friends, and even David Blanchard, that he did not want to be with Gypsy. Gypsy was something to do at the time. Gypsy already ran away 3 other times. And at the end, Dee Dee told her, just leave. Stay with the boy. Don't live here. Just go. But see, that wasn't good enough for Gypsy. And I'm with Toddy One Skip. I don't think that Nicholas was actually supposed to leave that house alive. I think that they had it set up where, yes, the mother was going to be gone, but I think that they were going to say that they murdered Nicholas because he broke into the house to try to rape Gypsy and her mom. I really think that's what their plan was, but something happened. It didn't go exactly as planned, so Gypsy had to go to plan B. Because if she was really going to leave and go with Nicholas back to his house with his mother in Wisconsin, why didn't she already have a ticket lined up? Why did they have to stay in Missouri another night? Because they had to wait for another bus that could hold both of them. Guys, there's so many unanswered questions. Who was the person in the raincoat that night? Who was smoking the cigarette? Whose cigarette butt was laying out there? Nicholas didn't smoke. I don't think Gypsy smoked at that time, but Dan did. And since she went ahead and did that plea deal, all of the investigation stopped. So guys, this case has so many questions and so many different rabbit holes you can fall into, that I don't see how anybody could support Gypsy and give her 100% of their trust. Because look at her since she's been out. She is not trustworthy at all. And she's dragging Ryan through the coals every day. And Ryan, I am not Team Ryan anymore, because he's just being a little simp. And he's doing whatever she wants him to do. And she's letting him. He is letting her treat him like crap. And it looks, and making him look like he's crawling back to her, begging to come back. And another thing, if Ken and her has not broken up, where's Ken been in the last couple weeks, or the last week since the baby shower? We hadn't heard anything from him. And you know that she's already gave her private accounts away, and all of that's going to be linked. The only reason why she gave it away, and she said that she's gone off of social media, is because she knows all that's going to be leaked out. So she can still be in the public eye without her posting, because she knows her bulldogs are going to post it. Guys, tell me what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.